There is one party operating our government today, in my view. It's called the Democrat-Republican Party. And if you want to know a tree, you look at its fruit. No matter which of these two parties is in power today, the fruit is always the same. It is coursing towards centralized control, further restriction of American freedom and sovereignty and individual liberty, and further restricting our liberty and American freedom and sovereignty is not going to give more freedom and sovereignty or individual liberty. But that's what they're trying to tell us they can accomplish, and it cannot be done. I also, I guess I can remind you, if you've ever seen a Batman movie that came out a couple of years ago, Batman's girlfriend was caught him doing something that was inappropriate, and the guy told her, well, it's not really who I am inside. And she told him flatly, you're right, it's not who you are inside. It's what you do that defines you. Maybe get profundity. Maybe I see profound things where there aren't profound things. But to me, that was kind of profound. And anymore, I look at very mundane things. I can read accounts in the newspaper, in the scriptures, and I can see our nation in most of the things that I read today, in one fashion or another. But this is where this is the fruit that we're going to see from the two, they're called two major parties. As I said, I think it's just really one, the Democrat-Republican Party. It's not who they say they are with their platforms and their planks. It's what they do that defines them. What they are doing is destroying this nation, I believe, and an increasing number of us are beginning to understand that. I am a blue-collar guy. I work all around the eastern Washington, and the topic of conversation sitting on the tailgate at lunchtime goes to politics. That didn't used to happen. That's what happens all the time today. People know that something is wrong. There's a sense that if we don't do something very soon, this nation is going to end up with shame and regret and poverty. Thomas Jefferson gave us what I consider to be a prophetic statement when he was alive. He said, if we ever allow the banks and the corporations that spring up around them to control this nation, our children would wake up homeless on the continent that their forefathers conquered. Does this sound like it could be beginning the prophecy to you? It does to me. And it isn't going to take decades or generations. We're beginning to see this kind of thing can happen almost overnight. And there has to be something done to prevent it.